This is an interesting video because the luxury rental midterm arbitrage deal that we were doing just got shut down. So, if you've been following along the series, you'll know that we recently toured these beautiful luxury high-rise apartments in the Bay Area, specifically to do rental arbitrage for midterm rentals. Why? So there's a few reasons why we're doing it, but mainly because in the Bay Area, you cannot operate short-term rentals. You can't do anything under 30 days. However, there are no laws against 30 plus day stays. So if you want to do that on your single family home or an apartment, as long as you have the owner's permission, you're more than welcome to do so. So we were calling luxury apartments to see if we can do corporate housing. So that's housing to corporate travelers, travel medical professionals, and anyone who's looking just to go to a certain specific area for remote work for over 30-day stays. Now we are marketing that property on our direct booking site through Airbnb, VRBO, through any of the different booking platforms, and we're also working on securing relationships with recruiters and companies directly. We let the leasing units know what our plans were before we toured them. However, for whatever reason, I guess the message did not get through to some of the upper level management staff. So here's the story behind this unit. We toured it. It's a beautiful unit. Love the amenities. Units were clean, built in the last 5 years, great communal space. However, once we toured it and they were going to give us the application, 2 days later, they called my business partner Ash up and said, "Hey, I'm sorry, we saw your partner's TikTok and you're not allowed to do that." So that was an awkward conversation for Ash, that my social media was preventing this business deal to get done. But in hindsight, it is glad that we got shut down at this stage versus being locked into a 1-2 year agreement, potentially having to pay $3,000 a month for rent for a business that we can't even operate, not including any of the furniture costs we would have spent. What we learned from this experience is, 1, make sure you're clear about how you plan to operate your business. And 2, expect that because you post something, people will see what you post. That's ultimately the goal, right? So regardless, here are some of the lessons learned. It's super important for the platforms to know exactly what you're going to be doing. So don't shy away from it, be upfront about it, but also know how you're going to pitch it. For example, here are 2 different ways that we pitch Airbnb to landlords. The first one is that we are starting a new rental company in this new market. We have properties in other markets, but this would be the first. And we're working on securing contracts with companies and with recruiters to then put corporate travelers and book directly with them. However, in the off chance that we aren't able to fill these, would it be okay if we also advertise the properties across Airbnb, VRBO, only for 30 plus day stays? And those tenants will also do an extra background check through our system, but we're just strictly using that for a marketing platform. And that's how you put it. And then we stop and we let them respond. And then at that point, we answer any rebuttals that they may have. The second way is that we let the leasing team know that we make all of our tenants do a background check, and that we are only using Airbnb as a booking platform and as a way to also get additional insurance through air cover. So it's really just the end mechanism and gives an extra incentive to have a third coverage of insurance for that tenant. And I say 3 because I'm sure that the apartment complex has their own. We will also have renter's insurance, and air cover will also cover any damage as well. So there are 3 different levels of protection. And so those are the ways that make it more comfortable for us to pitch it. If you have a different way that you are pitching arbitrage clients on Airbnb and VRBO, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to expand on our own sales repertoire. But again, it's an uncomfortable conversation because nobody wants Airbnb in those units, but there are ways that you can show that this is not the Airbnb that they're thinking of. These are vetted corporate travelers that are coming into your units. All in all, the moral of the story is make sure that the team knows exactly what you're doing. You don't want to be left in a situation where you have to shut down your business and eat the cost of any startup expenses because you weren't clear about what you're doing. So get it in writing how you plan on marketing the platform. Make sure that everyone's on the same page. And worst comes to worst, it's better to get shut down before you even start than to have all the startup costs and get shut down. I hope you found this valuable. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe because it means a lot to me that you're enjoying hearing about our stories and that you're learning something from. And if you made it this far in the video, how about just a little encouragement? You can just keep making more calls in the comments below, because yes, we are going to be making more and more calls, trying to grow this business, and we'll document every single step of the way. If you have any questions as well, please leave them in the comments below, along with keep making more calls. I'm going to throw this in the universe. If you have a unit in a major metro that you'd like us to see if we could potentially arbitrage with you, let me know. Drop it in the comments below. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. I would love to connect. Lastly, if you're wondering how you can even analyze and run the numbers on an arbitrage deal, make sure to click this next video. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna get back to trying to build out this business. Please subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.